happening, etc. So if you have got that thorough analytical mind, it should not be difficult for you at all to understand the reality. It may be difficult to practice it, I understand that. Because practice depends upon so many factors. You must have good health, you must have proper mind which is not disturbing, all sorts of things. Why the mind gets disturbed? Because you load the mind with all sorts of junky things and mind begins to give trouble. Why did you load the mind with all junky? Why do you not give thoughts to fill the mind with all good thoughts, good ideas, etc.? So you have to engage positively in whatever way. You must be consciously proceed in spiritual practice, not unconsciously. Don't expect any miracle of occult powers. Somebody would come and they lift you up. Don't expect like that. You have to lift yourself. Uddare atmanatmanam atmanam osanaye atmeva khyatmanam bandhu atmeva paratmanaha. You are your own friend, you are your own enemy. If you don't aspire for truth, you are your enemy. If you aspire for truth, you are your own friend. So mind is the cause of everything. Maneva manushya karanam bandha mokshayoh. Famous Upanishad, Amrit Bindu Upanishad says, I did the class on Amrit Bindu Upanishad for 2 years in Chicago Ashrama. Aneva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayoh. For liberation, for bondage as well as liberation, mind alone is responsible. How? When mind becomes engaged in vishyasattaha, when it becomes worldly, you are in bondage. When the mind is disconnected from the worldly pursuits and involvements, then you get to liberation. So both liberation and bondage lie in your own mind. So how important it is to keep the mind intact properly, but how much neglect we have made about the state of our mind. We say we are the master of the mind. But I would say mind is the master of the man. If you are more worldly, you become slave of the mind. If you are more spiritual, you become the master of the mind. Now at this moment I will go and sit for meditation for 1 hour. I will go and sit. So that kind of grit you must have. Then you can say definitely you are the master of the mind. Now I want to go and see TV. Finished, you are gone. So TV is more powerful than meditation. And you give all kinds of excuses. Instead of doing meditation for 1 hour, you finish in 10 minutes and go to see TV. So that's the problem. So understand, be very frank. Be very frank, be straightforward. Arjavam. It's a great spiritual quality. Sri Krishna says in 13th chapter, Arjavam. If you are straightforward, even though you make 100 mistakes, God will excuse you. Straightforward means accept your faults. Accept it humbly. Great humbleness should be there. The more you are faulty, the more humble you should become. That's all. It's very simple actually. So, like that, when Sri Ramakrishna himself has proved through his own personal experience that God does exist. And he also said that everyone can have this direct experience with God. And what is most important is one should immediately, without wasting any time, to step up spiritual practices. So, we have to do. Doing is very important. Hearing is first step. Then hearing repeatedly is the second step. And doing is the final step. Doing. The more you are intense in doing, you get the better result. Once Swami Prabhupada asked Swami Chidananda, Master, you have journey and we have been doing japa and meditation also. So can we have the experience of truth in this very life? Shankaracharya also says that there's joy in realizing the truth in this human life. Jivan Mukti. Is it possible? Ramanji said, it is possible. You can definitely realize the truth. In that case, this is important. You have to engage in spiritual practices more intensely. If you do intense practice, you will be able to realize God in this very life. That's all. Answer is given. So, all the scriptures also very clearly state that God is omnipresent and one should realize it. In the Chandogya Upanishad, there is a very famous passage, the dialogue between Shvetaketu and Uddalaka Maharshi. Shvetaketu was a grandson of Aruna and the son of Uddalaka. So the dialogue between Shvetaketu and Uddalaka in Chandogya Upanishad is very famous. His whole family was very great in Vedic scholarship. They were brought up in Vedic traditions. Without studying the Vedas, a Brahmin remains merely a Brahmin for name. So it was considered very important to study the Vedas. Shvetaketu went to forest retreat when he was just 12 years boy. And what did he do going to forest? He studied Vedas, scriptures, science, grammar, etc. at the feet of the Guru. In those days, Gurukula Ashram. And the children would be sent there. At the age of 12, the boy is there with the Guru. Thereafter, the Guru and Guru Patni are the parents of these children. And where the teaching is given, it is in the forest, not in the hustle bustle of the worldly environment. This worldly noise is not there. So they were not tainted by this worldly smell. So pure environment and pure atmosphere, the children would be taught under the rishis, able guidance of the rishis. So son Shvetaketu, after studying all these scriptures, returned to his father. You know, generally when the children become scholars, well educated, naturally they fill up with arrogance, pride, and all such things. They think they are very great by studying the scriptures. Just like they feel very proud if they get 2 PhDs. What is this PhD? It's all nothing. Without the knowledge of God, your 100 PhDs have no value. Anyway, the father was very great man of truth. So he asked him a question. My dear boy, have you inquired about that entity by means of which even that which is not heard about becomes heard, even that which is not reflected upon becomes reflected upon, and even that which is unknown becomes known? He puts that question. So the son couldn't understand the implication of the question. He could not comprehend the question properly. So he asked the father, "Oh father, I don't know about that. Will you please enlighten me?" Because he's simple in that respect. He revealed, he did not know. That's very good. It's a good sign. Now begins the second phase of learning for the young Shvetaketu. Now he is learning directly through his father now. His father now occupies the position of the Guru. The preliminary education is over. That is studying Vedas, scriptures. All that is over. Now these are advanced studies, for which competent Guru is required. And that competent Guru was his own father. They were all very great. So, the boy had only secular knowledge of wisdom. So now he is trying to get the real teaching. The father says, he teaches him through simple examples. The boy was convinced about the truth and is inspired to do meditation vigorously and realize the truth. It was done very effectively. Now the boy was ready to receive the spiritual knowledge. As Lord Krishna says in the Gita, Adhyatma Vidya Vijnana. The real education is spiritual knowledge. All other knowledge is trash. Really trash. True, they will help you to earn money. And they make you also more selfish. Though people do not admit, the fact remains. They cannot get rid of selfishness as long as you are worldly. That's the law. You are all obeying the law. It doesn't matter. Don't worry. So, father says to his son, as one knows the characteristics of everything made of clay by studying just lump of clay, so also one realizes that the name and form are just